Hello, I'm Bryan Flanagan. I'm a sales facilitator and sales coach with TALSMART. But first and foremost, I'm a salesman. And perhaps like you, I'm an accidental salesperson. I thought I wanted to be a high school basketball coach. When I was in school, my classmates would say, "Flanagan, why are you in the College of Education? You should be in the College of Business." I say, "Why do you say that?" And they would say, "Because you have a personality for sales." Well, that frightened me. I knew nothing about sales. I had a personality which was conducive to selling, but I knew I had no skills. I had no training, I had no techniques, but I could talk. Now, this is what I learned the hard way. Two sentences that illustrate this. Now, pay attention there. You don't need to write them down, but they're pretty strong. Just because you had the ability to carry a tune doesn't mean you had the ability to sing. Just because you had the ability to talk doesn't mean you had the ability to sell. Now, early in my sales career, I was trying to sell before I was trained to sell. You may be facing that challenge in your career as well. Now, this is where we come in. Our process teaches specific neuroscience sales strategies which allow you to make an effective sales call. Now, I had to learn these skills. I had to learn these techniques. I had to learn these strategies necessary to succeed in selling. Here are a few things that I learned the hard way. I'd like to share them with you because I think they're impactful. Number one, selling is a process. It's not a personality. It's not marketing, and it's certainly not social media. These play a part, but in its simplest form, selling is a communication process. It must be customer facing, and it should not depend on the personality of the seller or the buyer. And that's where TALSMART comes in, because we offer numerous training benefits. One of the biggest lessons is the sales process takes pressure off you, the salesperson. Find a process that works. Number two, you succeed more by solving problems than you do selling software. This is also a process lesson, but you need a method to identify the needs, issues, and concerns from the customer's point of view. This way, when you present your solution, you can lead with need, not product or service. You can personalize the presentation to address the specific needs of that buyer. You can then communicate your value, not just your functionality. You interpret what you do by what you do for the buyer. The third area I'd like to share with you, I learned this the hard way. You don't have to like everything about selling to be outrageously successful at it. As a personal story, I was going through a sales slump. Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't selling a lot. Unfortunately, I was. I sold my car and I sold my furniture. That's not far from the truth. Now, my wife said that I looked like the picture on my driver's license, so she set up an appointment with one of her friends, a counselor. Now, at the time, this lady was charging $100 an hour. I'm about to save you $100. We sat down. She said, "Admit there's something about selling you don't like." And I said with great enthusiasm, "I hate prospecting. It's humbling, debilitating, frustrating." For $100, here's what she said. "That's okay. $50 a word." She said, "You don't have to like everything about selling to be outrageously successful." You know how freeing that is? You know how liberating that is for a guy like me? How much more did I know about prospecting after the session than I did before? None. But I became a better prospector because I took my foot off my throat and gave myself permission to be successful. Now, at TALSMART, we believe you need to improve your skill set as well as your mindset. During our training, you will participate in drill for skill exercises with specific role plays, case studies, and video exercises. We believe the skill to do comes from the doing. Therefore, what we want to do is put you in a position to learn in class and you're not penalized in cash. You need to get involved with us. You'll be glad you did. And I look forward to working with you.